This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh yeah.
It's the history of bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 226. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And the power bottom has returned. I'm Jim.
Wow, the crew is back this week. Guess who's back? Back again.
He's back.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I think we're singing two totally different songs.
He's back. Yeah, I'm singing the Alice Cooper theme to Friday the 13th part
7?
6.
Is it in New York? Because that was a good one.
No, that was 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. No, that wasn't it. It was. I think it was Jason's back. I don't know. The return.
That was a good comeback.
Or the return of Jason, whatever it was called.
Anyway, it was crap. Let's just say that.
It was a Friday the 13th movie.
Anything after his space exploration movie.
Wow.
Well, that was the best one.
It's okay.
Of course.
I know, that's why I stopped watching after that.
It's okay. He just wanted his machete back. It's okay. Yes, we are a history podcast of pop culture and not much else. Anyways, so we are back. It's an exciting week. It was Avengers week this week. Woo! Infinity War.
Yay.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Just to let you guys know, we will not ruin it.
Well, except for the time when
Luke died. Oh.
No,
Sorry.
it was Han.
Oh, Han died too?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I didn't see that one yet.
Leia died.
Oh, Jesus. No, she was just Space Ghost.
Oh.
She just traveled.
Superman died.
Oh. Do you mean Leia like in real life? Yes, Carrie Fisher died.
Yes. And
okay.
Superman did die in it.
Fucking Brandon Routh.
James Bond died.
He did? Mm-hmm. Sean Connery?
Roger Moore.
Was that new?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, as of today.
Oh, okay. He's
And
dead.
today
serious.
he's been dead. He's been dead for months, but yes, okay.
Nope.
Has he?
Nope. Pam Morris shared a thing on Facebook that was months old.
Oh.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Pam. Melissa or Pam. So anyways,
Oh, Pam, we're calling you out.
we're here. And we got a lot of things. Avengers Infinity War. Non-spoilers. It was awesome. Loved it. I need to see it a second time to see where it ranks on the rankings of Marvel movies, though. Jeff?
I don't know how to grade it, and I can't explain my decision for that because we are doing no spoilers.
Jim?
I enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again and again. It is much better than Cats.
Cats the musical?
Yes.
Meow.
Jason didn't get that.
No.
I don't get that. What is that from?
It was a Saturday Night Live skit.
Moving on.
They had
yes.
a hypnotist on Broadway, and everybody came out with raving reviews. They all loved it. It was much better than Cats. We're going to see it again and again.
Not as much fun when you have to explain it to me.
No, it's not.
But well done, Jim. Well done.
Everybody who knows what he was saying too was probably laughing at it and rolling their eyes when I explained it.
Blake, what do you think?
I actually, I I have mixed emotions about it. There are some parts in the movie that I liked, and there are some parts in the movie that I did not like.
Did you see it?
No, but it doesn't mean I can't have an opinion.
That's true. It is America. Welcome, America.
If there's anything I learned from Dark Angels and Pretty Feet,
That's right.
I don't have to see it to have an opinion.
I did think Thanos was a very well-developed character. I liked the small backstory they gave him just enough. And there was a lot of shocking deaths in it, which I liked. Shocking returns. And
I thought you said no spoilers.
That wasn't spoilers. Everybody knows people are going to die.
Well,
No.
No.
no one knew
Thanks
that
for
people were going
ruining
to
it
die,
for
and then
me.
you say a lot. That means
2. There's only 6 characters in the whole movie.
You know, all those innocent people in the streets.
well, yeah, they killed a lot of those, and all
Yeah.
those
Whoa,
Wakandan
whoa, whoa,
soldiers.
This isn't Superman. Or what was that crap fest? Was that Man of Steel that everyone died in? Or
Yeah, that was Man of Steel. Where
okay, everybody died.
everybody died. So when Batman v Superman, they had to make sure it was an abandoned part of town where they did all their destruction.
Or it was after business hours. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's going home from work.
Yeah. Oh, it's the business section. Nobody stays around after 5 o'clock.
Ah, crap, we killed all the janitors.
Well, they are independent contractors, and they do take a risk when they do that. If the Death Star taught me anything,
I mean, if you're going to work on the Death Star building, that is different. Then you'd take a risk. If you're just like in like downtown Gotham, like cleaning up like a average office building, you really don't expect to be.
I don't know. If you live in Gotham, you're taking your life in your own hands.
I feel like you should not live in Gotham.
Is Gotham? What about if you're in Metropolis?
Well, Metropolis, yeah, because that's supposed to be the nice, sunny, bright part of
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I agree with you on Metropolis. Gotham, that's a shithole. It is kind of like the Philadelphia of of comic books.
I was going to say Baltimore.
I know.
I was going to say insert major East Coast city here.
Okay, so Baltimore, I know a lot about from work and from just personal. It is a shithole.
Yes.
And
So now we lost all our Baltimore
We
listeners.
did have some.
Sorry, Bill.
Sorry, Joe Flacco. Also, sorry, Joe Flacco. Lamar Jackson is now taking your job. Have a good day.
Not yet.
Well,
Next year.
I already know that Ray Lewis quit listening to our podcast several episodes ago.
Well, that's because we found his white suit. He had no other reason to listen to us. I'm a murderer.
Don't tell him
Allegedly.
we have the white suit because he's going to come for it.
Oh, damn it.
You're screwed.
Damn it.
I think the Bob Studios is unlisted. It's not in the.
It's
phone
in a
book.
bunker, so we're okay.
But what if he's a friend of Doctor Number One?
Oh, dear God. He's still out the window. Fucking
But did
What
since
if
I haven't
he is Doctor Number One?
Now I haven't seen Infinity Wars yet. Honestly,
That's okay.
I'm telling the truth. But anyways, I want to know: is the question answered why Thanos looks like the Thing and Bruce Willis had sex and he's the offspring?
You mean he has like balls for a chin?
Yeah.
They do make fun of his chin.
Yes, they do.
They do make fun of that.
Yeah, it was answered the scene where they showed his parents, or the Thing and Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Bruce Willis played his mother.
spoilers. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting thing is, though, that the camera for Bruce Willis was like fog lighting, like Sybil Shepherd lighting. It was very odd. I didn't get
And
it.
every time he was on screen, you heard the theme to Moonlighting in the background.
Yes, you did. You didn't know this. This is a spoiler. Thanos' brother in it is actually called Hudson Hawk. So it all connected. It's a little connection.
Well, everybody's pissed off to hear the spoilers now.
Speaking of Bruce Willis, for some reason we had cable yesterday. Not cable, sorry. Oh, we had cable. We had HBO and Cinemax and Showtime for free yesterday for like a whole day.
Sure, why not?
I have no idea
They're
why.
all last week.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why they went off at like midnight last night or
Yes.
something. I was wondering what the fuck it was doing. So I was flipping through, and for some reason I got stuck watching Color of Night with Bruce Willis.
Yes.
That is a horrible, horrible show.
Taking place in Pittsburgh?
I think it is, yes.
Yes. When he's the river cop?
No, that's
no, no.
striking
Oh,
distance.
Strike distance.
No, that was, this is one he's the psychiatrist. And you
Oh,
see his
okay.
penis.
Oh, too much information.
Ah, that's all you have to say, and everybody goes,
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Was it bald?
Of course.
And it was weird because Bruce Willis had hair in it up there, not down there. And it was really odd. And I'm like, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know if that's his real hair from the 90s or if it was his bald top, if it was a toupee.
Wasn't it from the 90s?
Yes.
So, did he have hair in the 90s, or was that a toupee?
He had hair in the 90s.
Some hair. I don't know how
Well,
much he had in that movie.
If I learned anything from this podcast, it was a gherkin.
Oh.
Yeah,
Merkin.
gherkins. No,
I
it was
mean-
a gherkin.
Oh wait!
Are you jerking my gherkin?
Oh, wait a minute! I thought I was talking about pickles.
Yeah, he had a large pickle on his head.
Speak of large things, there was in striking distance. He actually shared the screen with the thoroughbred Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sally Jesse Parker.
I was going to say Sally Jesse Raphael, but that's not right.
Isn't she running this weekend?
She is running this weekend. I really am excited about it. Oh,
I
we'll
hope
get
she
to that
gets the
later.
roses.
Well, she's one of the favorites since Gronkowski bought her.
What is the going rate for a thoroughbred actor or actress?
I thought it was only for 2-year-olds. I was shocked to hear she was racing.
She's still a foal.
Moving. Harvey Weinstein's running too. He's a Clydesdale though. I don't think he's going to make it far.
Now he's a bear.
Oh.
Well, we certainly
Insult
know.
the bears everywhere.
We certainly know he's not gelded.
Well, we do know that.
At least the plants he stands near know
I was
that.
just going to say that. Damn it! You beat me to it.
Oh, what you doing to the roses?
So Harvey Weinstein's a minotaur. We figured that out now. And he's scum.
Spoilers.
Yes. We actually just came back. 3/4 of us from Hobie here just came back from Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Technically, I
thought
never
it was
made
Winnipeg.
it. I never made it to Gatlinburg
Why didn't you?
because I was in Pigeon Forge.
True, that is true. Jeff and I made it to Gatlinburg.
We
then
made it to
came back.
Gatlinburg, yeah.
If you've never been to Tennessee or Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, it's hillbilly heaven, but very nice. The mountains are beautiful.
Beautiful mountains. Oh, we had gorgeous weather, so.
It was awesome. We did an escape room.
And we escaped.
We did with 22 minutes left.
I mean, it was close. I really thought that we weren't going to get out of there.
We used the code that we solved on the first try. It let us out. So they did kind of do false advertising. It was a haunted cabin.
Yeah.
It wasn't much of a cabin.
And
It
there
wasn't-
were no ghosts.
no haunted.
And they said it was between 1 and 50 rooms. There was 2.
Yeah.
And I was quite disappointed in
It was
that.
between 1 and 50.
It was
They
between
lie.
That's true.
Yeah, so it said 150. I'm like, oh boy. So we're like, fairly quickly, we get into like the first room or the second room.
The first room was like a giant porch,
Yeah.
like a cabin porch.
So we get into the second room, and then it's like we start looking around, and we're like, oh man, we're like a half hour into this, and then I'm like, there's no other doors in here. There's no place to go. I think we're almost done.
Well, maybe you consider that outhouse was a third room.
That could be a third room. There was an outhouse. I thought you would go back to the first room, and that door that said "Do not enter" was the door that would open. I thought maybe that would do it.
The door that specifically said staff only. This
Yes.
is not part of the game. That
Yes.
door. Yeah.
I thought it was a trick, but we did get out, so that was good. There was a sink in there,
Yeah.
like a bucket, and you had to pour water into it after you got some, clues, and you opened up the chest. Jim and I were so close to peeing our pants that we almost used the bucket to get the cork with the key on it to float up.
Before we got the water to pour in there.
One of us was going to do it.
I told you guys before we even went in, I'm not going to pee just in case we have to make water for something, and I can just use that.
You were in Tennessee, and it would be acceptable.
Now none of the people in Tennessee are going to listen to it.
No, I love Tennessee. I would move there if it wasn't for the meth. But I would love it.
Well, I believe Pigeon Forge is the world home, like the world capital of airbrush T-shirts.
It is. We almost got Blake one. It was close. It was either that or Blake was going to get a Confederate flag bikini, because there's a lot of those. And you know what? That's just a touch of class right there. The only thing you add to it is tassels, and whoa, there you go.
Anything larger than an A cup, it won't fit me.
Oh, we got you a C. Let's see here. So that was a fun time.
How
anything
has Gatlinburg recovered from the huge fires that they had?
I was down there last year, and it was kind of depressing to see the remnants of the fire.
Yeah.
This year was a lot better, but you still could definitely see the scarring from it.
If anyone's looking for a job, every place in Gatlinburg is currently hiring.
For full-time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of full-time jobs. Jeff thought about going down there.
And then I realized they're all jobs in the service industry, and I'd have to deal with people.
Oh, can we send Scab Jeff down?
Oh.
Oh, he would be great with service. industry. You might find a new wife. Let's see. He doesn't listen anyways. Divorce is funny. Unless you're talking about Sarah Jessica Parker's show Divorce, then that show's awful.
Unless there's a llama farm hiring down there.
Oh, there
Then
is.
he'd be down here right away.
I would not be surprised. Blake, what did you do this past weekend? Anything exciting?
No.
How's the house?
Traveling for work, traveling for pleasure,
The house is traveling?
traveling for family, and the house is hemorrhaging money.
Oh. Like literally hemorrhaging money? That would be kind of nice.
Yeah, pretty
I'm going to
much.
stand out back then with a bucket.
You should. And you should catch some of that runoff from the contractors that show up and leave.
So are you Tom Hanks in Money Pit right now? Did you fall through the floor?
I am the money pit.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Was this a better decision than buying a tiny house?
Yeah, we're downsizing.
And you bought a bigger house?
Yes. It was opposite day.
Oh, I forgot that. I didn't check my calendar before we made the decision.
That's right.
Well, if I was opposite days, like, you want to get this? He said nope, and then they bought it.
It's like, son of a bitch. She didn't tell me it was opposite day. Damn wife.
Does your wife tell you anything?
You know, conniving ladies. Yes.
Blake, we're doing this. Okay.
Okay.
So
How much is it going to cost me? Okay.
Fine. I don't think we should do that. We are. Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm putting my foot down when you're not looking.
I wear the pants in this family.
When you're not around.
Yes. Then I'm topless.
I make the decisions around here when you're not here to listen to me.
And your daughter is playing soccer internationally. How's that going?
Yes.
Did she start? I know she left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been there. She's been in Iceland for the past 3-4 weeks. 4 weeks for their spring training, essentially. And her first Premier League game is Friday, I think.
Are you going?
Not yet.
Okay.
I will at the end of the month.
Oh, good.
So you're gonna have to find a substitute for
the
him.
end?
Maybe you can bring Andy back on.
Oh, it's May. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And
You mean Andrew?
thank you, Andrew, for
Yeah.
coming on last week from the Cincinnati Comic
yeah,
Expo.
by the way, how'd you get Andy on? Did you say, hey, Blake's not coming in today. Can you come over? He's like, I'll be right there. Blake's not there? I'm
He
right
texted
there.
me and he's like, who's on your show tonight? I said, just Jeff and I. He's like, I'll be there. And I said, okay, come on over. I think the Andy thing might have irked him a little bit. I did call him Andy once. And I think he liked it. It was okay.
Yeah.
Was that when he punched you in the throat?
I can't talk for a week. Andrew, now you got me saying it. Damn it. Andrew from the Comic Expo, September 14th through 16th, Cincinnati Convention, or Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. He released last week. We broke the news of who was coming to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Billy Zabka.
The Karate Kid himself.
Well, the enemy of the Karate.
No, he's the Karate
No, he's
Kid.
the Karate Kid.
We're going with he's the good guy in it.
Oh, did you watch the movie?
I agree. Ralph Macchio was a whiny little brat in it.
Yeah, and he ruins the Karate Kid's tournament.
I agree.
That's right.
So they announced it last week. So look on CincinnatiComicExpo.com for all updates.
Yeah.
But yes, so Andrew did a great job sitting in last week. We appreciate it. We talked a lot about comic books, which was a nice change of pace because Blake yells at us when we do.
No, I don't.
That's because Blake can't read.
That's true.
Well, you don't have to read to look at comics. I mean, you just look at them. You don't have to read.
All those
comics.
women have big boobs in comics.
You're thinking of National Geographic. Big difference, Jim. Big difference.
I should be nicer to Andy. He is, after all, our IOU daddy.
I would advise you not to call him Andy.
I thought you were going to say IOU daddy.
I would say he would kick you out of the expo, but you would have to show up.
I love
the
you.
good news
I
is-
love you, Andy. Don't let them fool you.
The good news is that the green room this year has been recalled Blake's room. So that's good at the expo. So Blake's room is there.
There is an outlet so he can plug in and recharge.
Yes. Let's see here. Westworld. Has everybody watched Westworld?
Nope.
Yay.
Have you watched last week's?
Nope.
Okay, fuck you. Jim, you're bored by it.
You're like, seriously, you know, this weekend I was busy, couldn't watch it. I had no time in the last
Do you like
10
it?
days.
I like that. This week, you might want to cover yours, Jeff.
And Jeff is.
Jeff's taking his.
La 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 la.
Don't talk.
Do that in your head, not out loud.
We're done, Jeff. Jeff, we're done.
What? You're done?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So then Dolores found the secret. That's not no. We will not. We will do it real quick here. I love this season.
Are we doing a non-spoiler thing?
Yeah, we'll do
so
a
Jeff
non-spoiler.
doesn't get upset
Yeah.
at us.
Next week we're doing spoilers.
Next week, spoilers. Let me just say this. I found episode 2 to be much better than episode 1.
I enjoyed 1. I thought 2 was one of the stronger episodes of the year.
Yeah,
Or
2 was...
of the last
two was
Here, you
stronger.
mean both of them?
Yeah, I was both. Number 1, I got tired of Dolores pontificating. Mm-hmm. It was almost as if she was pontificating for people who's never seen the series.
monologuing. Yes.
She was
and-
Jefficating?
She was Jefficating.
Yeah, she was. Well, yes, he's
The only
Jefficating.
the only good news is she did not have a cape on, so she didn't get sucked into a plane mode or like a syndrome.
Yeah.
So that was good.
And then she did a little bit more in episode 2, but not as horribly much in 1.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of bored with Bernard. That was kind of annoys me.
You mean Arnold?
Yes. Well, you don't know because it depends on the timeline.
Well,
Because sometimes it's Arnold.
Is this a time travel?
yeah, they're messing around.
Not time travel.
with-
Just
not
they show
time
different
travel.
time
They're
areas.
doing the multiple timeline theme again.
But it's easier to follow.
But they're
than
not
next year.
traveling between the
That
times.
is
Not
true.
traveling in between, but they are moving forward and back.
Do you think that's really that was the future? What the city looked like in the very beginning when Bernard took it, or Arnold took Dolores to the future?
Yeah, when they're doing the
Arner?
Arnold. I'm having a stroke. Okay.
Arnold from Happy Days. Yeah, when he's doing the Big Al
What's
Steiner. Arnold Steiner.
Wait, Pat Morita's in that too?
Yeah, Pat Morita. I would
Burrito week on Hobie.
I do know that based upon episode 1 and
2.
the certain national navy that showed up and the language spoken and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm trying not to spoil it
Yeah.
for Jeff.
I-
When they took it to the location, I went, oh, that must be it. That part of
The best part
that
was
world,
that they
and
did
it
it as a
was.
throwaway line. Oh,
Yeah.
this is where we're at. Okay, have a good day.
Kind
or
of,
in that
yeah.
area. I thought this year has been a lot better. I thought it has been more concise. Arnold/Bernard is kind of annoying. I'm kind of tired of his character. I understand what they need, but we get to see what they're made of, their brains.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
That's a little interesting.
I think we're going to be swapping
Yeah.
things soon.
And,
brains.
and I did like the fact that you get to see William's origins
And you
in
kind of
taking over the
see...
company. And
You
all that
kind of see
fun.
how he becomes an asshole.
Yes.
This week, though, Jeff, a little spoiler, Logan returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Williams, you know...
Yeah, I know who he is.
Well, he survived the naked thing.
I assumed
Well,
he would.
time out.
Or
No,
did he?
Now he's just a druggie.
No, time out. That's before. No, wait a minute. It's
No, it is
afterwards. Yeah, that's
yeah,
correct.
see?
You're correct. That's post. Yes.
I'm sorry, could you redub that I'm correct on something that Blake agreed
Hold
with?
on.
Wait, I'm gonna go back and check. Oh no, must have got erased.
Okay.
There's no evidence of him saying you were correct.
You're not quite right.
I'm digging that.
in the head.
And I like how Delos, the main guy, Logan's dad, was basically like, this is just, they're hemorrhaging money, it's going to be bankrupt in 3 years, Westworld.
Yeah.
And then William's like, that's not what we're looking for. Let me show you what we can do.
Yes.
And then that's when you start talking about the DNA and
that's
everything.
well, the DNA and the actions
Yep.
taken, etc., which leads into the plot illusions that they've made, etc. Now, I was going to bring up an interesting point: the fact that Dolores's lines, like "Have you ever seen such splendor?" or
Yes.
something like, rips straight from William when he's showing her what's being built out there. When he's
What
taking
is
her
being built
around.
out there?
Yeah. Well, see, that's
That leads to our Twitter poll of the
It does lead
week.
Twitter poll of the week, and I do have a theory on that.
Okay, let me get to the Twitter poll of the week here.
We don't get to do Uptown?
We will in a second. Shut up, Jim.
In one moment, we're getting right to it.
What is the
Right
Twitter
now.
poll of the week?
We're doing the Twitter poll
Anyway.
right now.
Right now.
Hold that thought, Jen.
Okay, so
The Twitter poll of the week.
We're doing the Twitter poll of the week.
is the secret weapon in Westworld that Dolores found?
Okay, we got a lot of answers to this one.
Our options were
Go ahead.
device to control hosts, a terraforming machine, a dam to kill everyone, or other. Please tell us below.
In first place, 46% said other.
I agree.
24% said a dam to kill everyone. 18% said a terraforming machine, like they can change the scenery.
What?
And 12, a device to control the host if they're out in the real world. Now, here's some others. 365, Kevin said a 10-foot dildo. I don't think that was it.
That'd be intriguing.
Let's see. Chris Richardson, a giant pooper scooper made of bees. Nope.
Bees.
Couple things podcast. Thank you guys. You actually had the right, an educated guess. All the data that they're pulling in from the guest.
All the tea.
Nick the Gimp said the ring from Lord of the Rings. That's incorrect.
The one ring to rule them all.
Doug B, number one fan, said Jar Jar Binks. And Besotted Geek actually might have hit it on the head. Schematics for Blakebot. And that might be true because we might have our own Westworld host here. So
Kind of like a
Blake.
doomsday machine.
Wait,
Yes.
you didn't say what my response was.
What was yours? The greatest floppy?
The world's largest floppy.
That is true.
And it was a picture of Bill Cosby with a hot dog.
Are you sure?
From Leonard, isn't it?
Are you sure it was a hot dog?
No?
I'm not sure of anything anymore.
I was thinking of more along the lines of doomsday machine. I was thinking more along the lines of maybe a nuke. Or something
Nuclear
along
weapon?
those things. Yeah, because in case the hosts did do what they started doing in the different sectors and all that kind of stuff, they can just like nuke the place and take them
See,
out.
I don't think it would be a nuke. I think it could be something that controls them all. I have no issue with that. I don't think it's a nuke. I think it's something like a shutdown. But
Doomsday
I don't know.
machine. But you've already saw in episode 1
A spoiler.
a spoiler from Bernard
That's true.
because you're 2 weeks later,
I killed them all.
you
But-
see a whole mass.
But the best part is, you're good.
Okay.
You're good, Jeff. The best part is next week, Maeve is in Shogun World.
Yeah,
And it looks
that's
badass.
kinda cool.
Is that World 6 or is that going to be another different?
Who
one?
knows?
Suppose I think it's World 2 according to their website. So there you go. Jim, that's your Westworld. Jim, tell us what is your up down this week.
My up down this week. My first up is, again, this nice weather we're having. And get to go out and play golf now. I have golf league on Tuesdays, which I'm coming right here from.
He's actually wearing his golf outfit.
Yes.
With his marker on the bill of his cap.
Yeah.
He looks like a banker in
I look
that.
like a banker in that. So, thumbs up to golf, and then thumbs up to another sci-fi television show on the Sci-Fi Network that I
Why
pretty much got caught up.
Erp?
Nope. The Expanse.
Okay.
Oh, that was good.
It's based on novels by Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank.
Is it pretty large?
It's huge. And I just picked them up on Netflix. The third season's on there now.
There's
And
3 seasons
3
already?
seasons of it now. So,
Jeezel.
I thought there was more.
but I recommend The Expanse, and if any listeners want to send questions or talk about it, I'd be willing to talk.
I had a hard time watching the first one, so I didn't get into it.
First season or first episode?
First episode.
Okay. Jeff, what's your up?
Nice, beautiful weekend I had.
Okay.
Gatlinburg. It was fun.
My up is I'll go with MLB The Show. 18. Still enjoying it a lot. It's more lifelike. I started off really hot as the Cincinnati Reds. Then my bullpen started failing, and I'm back to struggling again. So that's good.
Did you have 7 wins?
I guess 18.
Oh, then
I'm like 18 and 11.
Then it's not lifelike.
not lifelike.
Well, I started off like 10 and 2, and then my team started realizing they have a bullpen that's awful, and just got worse.
Not lifelike.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Blake, what's your up this week?
My up this week is it's Westworld.
You know what? I would go with that.
My down is Westworld.
Okay.
Because, with the extra Williams scenes, I do have to suspend my McPoyle belief.
He is a McBoyle. Did that come back yet?
No.
Always Sunny in Philly?
No.
No.
Unfortunately not. I don't think so.
Anyone have a down this week? I didn't really have any downs.
No, I had a pretty good week. No.
Roger Moore died.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Pam.
Jeff, any downs?
Nothing I can think of right now.
Okay.
It was a good week. What can I say?
There is a real quick Choose Your Own Adventure movie is coming. Don't know if anybody saw that.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know how you're going to make it, but good for them.
I guess they're going to maybe do maybe multiple endings or something, or you go and you.
Is it Clue?
I mean, you see something different than everybody else sees. That's what I hope it is.
I'm thinking.
Do
It's
you
going.
think we have the technology that you have a little vote pad, and they'll have chapters, and the movie will jump to places?
Aren't they
depending
releasing
on-
it on Amazon or Netflix or something like that? What is it?
Oh, it's not going.
Oh, is
straight-
it?
It's not going to theaters.
I didn't think it was theaters. I thought it was going to be on one of the
That could work then if
streaming
it's Amazon.
service because it could come to a juncture in the story and it says, "Hey, do you choose to do A, B, or C?" And you click that and it'll take you to that chapter.
I'm down with that then.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I could watch that.
My
I'm down
biggest-
with OPP.
My biggest worry was it was going to be something in the theater, and they're like, "Oh no, we died. Here, let's go back to and do it this way." And that was my biggest. fear.
I didn't move my finger.
My finger's still on the page.
Or you know what would be even better if they did release it at the theater, but in order to go watch it, you had to download an app to your phone.
No.
And then
Put phones away.
as they're playing the movie, it'll stop at a juncture and people have to vote on their apps on the phone. And based upon what the audience votes, the movie goes in that direction.
I don't want to go see any movie where they make people bring their phones out.
Yeah,
I agree.
but we're just now getting people relatively used to putting them away at the beginning of the movie.
Okay, that would be my down when I was watching Infinity War. It was the girl sitting next to me's cell phone went off and it wasn't silenced. The movie.
Really?
Yes.
Even if they're silenced and they get a text message that like lights up, that annoys the
Well,
shit out
one,
of me too.
you're not supposed to even have your phone out. You put
I
it in
agree.
your pocket, or if you
Not
have
in
a
a
purse
cinema.
or some sort of, yeah.
Did you
Unless you
look
do
at her and
choose your own
say,
adventure.
"Thanos demands your silence"?
I almost just knocked her purse on the floor.
You should have.
Just so smite, so all the stuff would fall out and everything. And
And roll down.
My bad. My bad. I was getting the recliner seat.
And then Jim gets tased.
Let's do some listener feedback here, Blake. I know it's been a while, so let's see if you still got it. We did that last week for you.
I heard. It was even discernible at the 1.5 speed in which I was listening to the show.
Ah.
Bomb listener feedback. This week is brought to you by Dennis Miller's 3-day joke incubation period. Starting off with incubation periods.
Number one fan, Doug.
Doug,
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Ape hands.
formerly known as.
I think we just hit them all.
Yes. He says, what are Blake's thoughts on Cleveland's first 2 picks?
In the NFL draft. So you got Johnny Manziel Part 2,
That's what I was thinking initially, but I've changed my mind on it.
because you have to.
Yeah, I have no choice. No, but seriously, when they first came out with Baker as the number 1, I was like, you know. But the more I think about it, and the more that they gave the rationale for it, the more it really made sense. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't have the work ethic of Johnny Coke Boy Manziel.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a guy that's worked really hard to earn where he's at against the odds. Having been a walk-on twice in college football. So he's pretty much had to go against the odds, prove himself. And I was thinking, you know, what better guy to lead the Browns out of an 0-16 season eventually and be some guy that's been told, no, you can't, and he's found a way to do.
Would you start him above Tyrod Taylor right now?
Not this year, no.
Okay.
However, he was, out of the 4 quarterbacks, the most NFL start ready, right? Everybody pretty much agreed on that. And then everybody's, you know, boo-hooing the picks. But when you get right down to it, all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, 6 teams had them as number 1. And then all of a sudden you start reading more stories about teams were wanting to trade up into the number 4 spot to get Baker Mayfield. So all this, poo-pooing and all that other kind of stuff from everybody else in the teams, that's all basically just what it is. But, however, ultimately...
Really, they should have taken that. Let them trade up to the number 4 spot and then picked him with number 1
But the problem
anyway.
is they took Baker Mayfield and everybody went, oh, shit.
They should have traded before.
There went our plan.
New York Giants were happy.
You know?
They got Barkley.
New York Giants were laughing.
Yes.
Just
Because
No,
everybody
that's-
predicted them to be quarterback. And they're like, no, we're good.
Yeah, but look beyond Saquon Barkley, and this is one of the most running back deep drafts that they've had in several years. And you don't need a Saquon Barkley to win. It doesn't
But it's
matter.
nice
If you
to
don't have
have.
the scheme, you don't have the line, it doesn't matter. If he does, ultimately, all these picks don't matter.
Correct.
Ultimately, only time will tell in a few years.
Because who the fuck is Mel Kiper?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Mel Kiper's been proven to be a douche.
Well, yes, and he's...
Oh, it is fact. It is written in stone.
Okay,
Yeah.
how about Todd McShay?
He's douche, yeah. He didn't... He wasn't because he was better than Kiper, and then you got to the point like, yeah, he's a douche.
How about what, Pete Prisco?
Douche.
It just took those other guys a little longer to get there.
You know what, though? The ESPN draft was better to watch this year. I only saw 2 minutes of that. We were basically watching the NFL draft network one because Chris Berman wasn't there. Back, unemployed. Fucker.
I think it's called retired.
retirement.
Fuck him.
When you're old, it's retirement. Not unemployed.
My Cardinals picked Rosen.
Yeah.
They said I kept hearing Rosen was the most NFL ready. That doesn't mean he's the best quarterback. They said he could get in there and be fine. Again, who the fuck knows until they get in there.
You know, and they're ripping on the Browns for taking Ward at 4, but people who know the Browns, like me, we need a corner. We need defensive backs. And if you're at 1 and 4 and you don't draft for another 28 spots, you're like, this is a corner. This is the guy we want. Let's take him. We already got a good defensive line. We got a great edge rusher and rusher in Myles Garrett. Fill your need, and that's what they did. And everybody's cutting them again. And at first, I was the same way. I was like, ah! But when I started to think about it, I was like, hey, wait a minute. And they did say, it's like, hey, we were willing to trade out of 4, but after we took Baker Mayfield, there was no movement on the line to move into number 4. So they're like, hey, we need a cornerback. That's the best guy on the board. That's our need. Everybody else we got is good and serviceable. Let's take the cornerback, and that's what they did. And then you listen to these fucking pontiffs, talking about, well, the Browns should have gone out and traded out number 1, then take number 3, and then move to number 4, and then move on down. It's like, that's all gesticulation at this point.
But...
It's all theory. It's like, just because that happens, teams aren't going to call you and say, hey, let's trade. No, it's not what happens.
This isn't draft day with Kevin Costner.
No, it's not draft day with Kevin Costner and Mac, all that kind of stuff. But, ultimately at the end of the day, you go in saying, we need this. And if you get it and you're happy, then there you go.
I think the Browns should have traded their 7th and 6th round picks for first round picks from other teams.
I think that would have worked.
I think that would have, and they could have gotten even more players.
Yeah.
I always laugh, and I've said this many times, like when the Bills...
The Browns gave up their next 10 years worth of 6 and 7s to move into the 11 slot.
They got the first 10 picks of the NFL draft, but they have no picks until 2030.
Yeah. No, they still have one. They still have like the first 5 rounds.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, and I've said this before. It's like when the Bills, and I always go back to this, they moved up and traded a lot to get Sammy Watkins. They thought at that time he was the guy that was going to push them over the edge. You can't fault them for doing that. Because if they really think that that's the guy that's going to push them over, it may be wrong, it may be incorrect. But if they think that, good for them for going for it. Like you said, the Browns are not going to have another pick for 30 more picks.
And exactly, get the guy get the guy you want right now, and they did.
Yeah.
But ultimately, again, if he pans out, it was the right pick. If it was it doesn't pan out, it was the wrong pick. It's a 50-50.
It was like people blasted Jacksonville for going with running back first round last year and taking Fournette. I think it kind of worked out for him.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a rookie year.
He missed like 6 games.
Yeah, and he still had a hell of a rookie year. Let's see, what else you got? This is still from Doug.
Still from Doug, regarding last week's mocking of the night show per Andrew in Avatar Land.
Who's Andrew?
That's that Andy guy.
Oh, Andy, okay.
He's the IOU daddy. No, just let it be known, Doug, I wasn't here last week to mock anything.
Andrew did not like the night show.
I wasn't here to mock anything, but yeah, he says the nighttime Animal Kingdom show is Rivers of Light. They know it sucks, but have to keep it a few years to get the return of investment. And now Doug would know this because he's so mired in.
He was in Disney last week.
Yes, Disney last week, and they probably showed him the books and how much Disney owes.
One of us.
And one of us owes, and tried to probably explain to Doug he needs to keep coming for multiple times throughout the
And they're
next 20 years.
Doug, if you go ahead and pay off our Rivers of Light, we don't have to show it anymore.
Doug, if you come to Rivers of Light 3 times a year for the next 20 years. Exactly.
I already gave you my son. What more do you want?
You already had my firstborn.
We got something from Nick the Gimp.
Nick the
He's
Gimp.
not out of the box, but he did write something to us.
Yes, he is the best Hobie color man. He says, why does Jason hate horse racing so much? His favorite time of the year is here, the Kentucky Derby, and it's on Juan Castro Day.
He hit a home run on Cinco de Mayo.
I say this every year when the fucking Derby comes up. Every fucking pretentious piece of shit gets out there. I got a fucking hat on. Oh, fuck you. Second off, then they go, I know everything about horse racing. Yes, I do. I am Hunter McAllister. I know everything about horse racing.
But Hunter McAllister does know everything.
He does
about
know,
horse
but
racing.
you try to be like Hunter McAllister. And guess what, you fucks? You don't know anything about horse racing. You know why? In 2 weeks, you're going to go back to not caring about horse racing.
No, it's
Oh, I'm sorry, the triple Saki thing, whatever it's called.
you,
Triple Saki.
Triple crown.
you have like 4 more weeks, and then
Yeah.
you don't care anymore.
And then they don't care. It's like the fucking Belle Biv DeVoe Tour de France, whatever it's called. It's like, oh, I know fucking everything about cycling. No, you don't. Okay.
Does anyone know what he's talking about?
I was trying to think of what it was called.
Raft about cycling?
Tour de France. Okay.
I knew it was a 3-word thing, and I couldn't think of it, so I went Belle Biv DeVoe.
But some of us do know about cycling.
Jim, I'll give you props. You know about cycling. There's a lot of people, 98% don't, and then you got to hear about, well, Lance Armstrong came up on the middle. Shut the fuck up.
Because it's
Lance Armstrong isn't allowed to race anymore.
They don't know that anymore. It's the
I
same
like
thing
that
with
Greg
horse
LeMond guy.
racing. It's the same thing with horse racing.
I don't like Greg LeMond. Those French think they're better than anybody else.
Oh, we do. We are better than everybody.
Right over his head.
We're quiet.
Fuck you, I am Remy LeGras.
So I think that Nick the Gimp and I will come on and do a Tour de France segment on one of the shows.
You know what? You two guys actually do know cycling. I'll give you props for that. Fucking horse racing. All I keep
Racing?
Hearse racing is awesome.
Love horse racing sounds more exciting.
Gravedigger wins every time.
Guys, I had a stroke before the show happened. Cut me some slack. But every fucking time.
Gravedigger! I apologize to everyone for blowing your ears out on that.
I'm sorry, what's the odds of Gravedigger winning Kentucky Derby this year? That's my pick.
Is there a horse named Gravedigger?
There's going to be a truck. It's going to run over all the horses. Except Sarah Jessica Parker. Matthew Broderick will save her because he saved New York from Godzilla.
Go, go, Godzilla.
Yeah, so that's what I have a problem with. Nobody knows about horse racing. And then everybody thinks they do. And then in 4 weeks, they put their fucking ugly hats away, their fucking tea, whatever that drink is.
Mint juleps.
Yeah, and then they go back to their regular lives and realize horse racing's fucking stupid.
The worst thing about a mint julep is people drink it and it's nasty.
Is it? I've never had
Yeah.
one.
Not if you like mint leaves. I like mint.
Do you eat mint leaves by the bushel?
Why
Only when they're in mint juleps and saturated in alcohol.
Yeah, you want to ruin your bourbon?
No, I get a Cuba Libre at that point.
But then it's no longer a mint julep.
I think those are
It's
illegal.
a Cuba Libre.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You mean a rum and coke?
Smoking a pancake?
just it's more than a
Bong
rum
and
and
a
coke.
blitz.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mr. Fancy Pants. I need a Cuba Libre. Okay, here's your fucking rum and coke.
We do have something from Nick Albright. So, Blake, let me get the music ready for you here.
All right, so get the music ready. Eventually, what I should not do is bet on horses by name, because that's what I do every year.
The
again, Derby.
Gravedigger.
Go ahead and get the racing report, and you look, see what they're within their last 10, see how they do on the surfaces, see what they do at the distance, and that's how you judge a pick of a horse.
No, you got it all wrong. Whichever one has the coolest name, and preferably it has large odds.
Hey, if Sex Kitten is 32-1, I'm going with Sex Kitten.
Exactly.
Her mother is a mother. So just let you know that.
What are her odds?
Mother is a mother?
Her mother is a mother.
Her mother is a mother. What's
She
the
loves
odds?
the slop.
I
Loves the
really
slop.
thought you'd go with Remy LaCroix's jump rope. That's a great horse.
hula hoop.
And this is a dumb question because again,
There was another jump rope. The hula hoop was her mom.
this is a dumb question because I don't fucking care about horse racing. But can only females horse run, or is it
No.
male and female?
It
doesn't matter.
doesn't
Either
matter.
mostly males.
Is it mostly male?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Like
when
two female horses have won the Derby.
something like that.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Don't quote me on that unless it's correct. But
No, it
they
is
prove me
correct.
wrong.
Don't prove
What was it like 2 years ago? They almost had to put that female horse down on the track.
Hey, don't talk
Yes.
about your dirty habits here.
Let's get to Nick Albright.
Oh, baby.
That's not sexy music.
Well, actually, that's for you. That pretty much lasted the exact amount of time.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you know what
okay.
time it is. Blake, take it away.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Leia.
You get Rammstein to play this.
I think Jason forgot
No,
what
it just
sexy
ended.
music was.
I put sexual music, YouTube, copyright free. This is what comes up.
You need to listen to it before
No, it's more fun.
choosing.
Or at least put it on a loop.
If you can't have sex to this, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Probably your ears.
Blake, are you going to do this?
I'm almost intrigued if you sped that up. What are they actually saying?
Or slowed it down.
Slowing it down might be easier to understand.
I'm sorry.
Keep going, Blake.
Oh, I can't get in the mood now. Jefferizio, you gonna be in Columbus McJune so we can stuff our mouths with endless meats over and over and over, hours on end. Hashtag Brazilian style.
I plan on being in Columbus mid-June, so we can stuff our mouths with countless meats. I missed last year, so we're going on a 2-year
Meat
gap
binge?
between our meat binge. So
You know, they put a new Hofbrauhaus up there in Columbus.
Oh,
You
good
can
for
go
them.
there and get some schnitzel.
or we're going
Reversed.
Brazilian for endless meats.
Oh, Buena Bra.
Does Nick Albright
If
get a
that's what it's
Brazilian
called.
before the
Lana
Brazilian?
Brava is the one downtown in Cincinnati. I think there's a chain, so there might be one there too.
Yeah, don't eat the salad before you get the meat.
He's not a rookie.
Look at him!
Does this look like I've had a lot of salad before my meat?
I'll be honest. It'll be a miracle if he makes it to June.
Yeah, we are anticipating that I will be alive by then.
Yeah, that's what I laugh about those places. They give you this plate and they're like, well, there's the salad bar. Help yourself to the salad bar. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going I'm sitting down, bring the meat.
Look, I've already got 4 extra handkerchiefs for when the meat sweats come. I'm ready to go.
There you go.
What about when the furry rabies comes?
Well,
You going to get vaccinated?
He always has been vaccinated.
yeah, I think once you get it, you can't really get it again.
Oh, it's like pregnancy. It happens.
I don't think it is like pregnancy.
Well, Jason explained that to his wife after the first time. And she was surprised she got pregnant again. Now, I can't say that about Jessica. She is a saint. And she
Yes,
puts
she
up
is.
with Jason.
All right, Chris Richardson says, have you guys seen the new Cobra Kai trailer? Is it just me or did Ralph Macchio do more karate in that trailer than in all 3 movies?
Was he in 3 movies?
At least 2.
He was in 3.
Okay.
He was in the Hillary Swank one?
No, that was the next Karate Kid.
Oh, that's right. They made 4 of them.
Yes.
5, technically, if you count the fucking Willow Smith or whatever that guy's name
Yes,
is.
Willow
Willow
Smith.
Smith was in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite part of that movie was he taught him kung fu. I don't understand why it was the Karate Kid.
It was the Kung Fu Kid?
It wasn't the
Should've been
kung, fu kid. It should have been the Kung Fu Kid.
He whipped his hair back and forth.
And that was the martial arts style he learned, with
Yes.
hair whipping.
Well, that was kind of like wax on, wax off. It's whip your hair around.
Whip your hair back and forth. Whip your hair back and forth. I like how Jeff and I were both trying to whip our hair.
Yeah.
It wasn't going anywhere.
No, if they
I
only-
have none, and yours is in place.
If they only put blades in those dreadlocks when he was whipping his hair around,
Oh.
that would have been really cool.
Oh, man. I can see a remake of Bloodsport doing that.
Oh, he's a bad guy then.
Yes, sure. Copyright on that idea. Toby copyrighted.
Oh yeah, go back and rewind and put the copyright on the Choose Your Own Adventure apps in the theater. Thank you. Amy Whalen, we have a Culture Babble sighting.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she's. I think it's only like the second time she's wrote in since Hillary lost.
That's a shame. Maybe she could lose every year.
She has a very nice post. She says,
Hillary? No, she doesn't. Because
Amy.
she doesn't have any post. She doesn't have any job.
She doesn't have anything nice.
Bill.
Oh no, she's still contesting the election.
She's
so
still
that's
blaming
good.
other people.
Wait, down the hall.
She wrote a
Right.
book. She wrote a book.
Yeah, blaming other people.
No. It was just, Bernie's fault.
Yeah.
He wasn't even elected the nominee.
Down the
She's
hall.
the one that rigged it. They
Down the
rigged it
hall.
for her. How
Down the hall.
could it be Bernie's
the hall.
fault? They rigged it against them.
Down the hall.
Democratic Party, you had one job.
Down the hall.
Don't put Hillary
Down
up
the
as a
hall.
nominee.
Down the hall.
One job. Hell, Gary Johnson was a better pick.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Republican Party had one job, and that was not put Trump up as a nominee.
Down the hall.
America, you had
the
one
hall.
job.
How did both of those people get the nomination? How did that happen?
It really, a third party should have won.
They should have.
What it was they turned on the giant Hadron Collider and knocked us into an
Collider.
alternate dimension.
It was Collender.
Oh, okay.
Colliter.
Made really good pasta.
Oh, okay, Blake, what did Amy have to say?
I was going to say, hey, Amy says.
Oh, we're out of time. Let's move on to Besotted Geek.
Amy said, when fires ravaged parts of Tennessee in 2016. Oh, yeah, I referenced that in
Yes.
Gatlinburg earlier.
She's on to Hobie.
We're doing live telecast, that's why.
Damn. All right, Dolly Parton gave $1,000 a month for every homeless family until they can get back on their feet. Now, that's putting your money where your beliefs are. But
Sorry. Moving on.
she did something great. How many celebrities give $1,000 a month to families that lose their homes in fires until they get back on their feet?
I don't know.
Apparently
So-
one.
She did a great thing. I
Exactly. So she used her fame to spread a message of love and acceptance. Well, she's been spreading that for a while. Today, she donated 100 millionth book, which, by the way, if you didn't know, she has a program. You sign up, and she will send you and your child a book free for every month until, I guess, you stop.
Yeah, until you don't want it.
you ask her to stop. Because she believes every kid should have books to read.
Out. I get you gave me 8,700 books. I'm so far behind. Stop it. Take another book, damn it.
Hey, can we
Until you ask her to stop. I'm 72. Can you please stop sending me books?
Can we put her up with George R. Martin? And maybe we can, get a miracle here or something?
Just have her donate to his fund. Did you know that it's not coming out in 2018?
Of course.
What?
No, you're shocked.
Or
Shocking.
more.
I will
But
say
today,
good for Doll.
Today, which I'm assuming is today as our recording day, 100 millionth book. She's a national treasure.
I think it was today is the day she wrote that.
So it was
The
like 2
day that
weeks
she
ago.
wrote that, 2 weeks
I
ago.
will, even though Dolly and I have had our issues personally before.
How I don't know, because Dolly Parton is a treasure.
She has done a lot of good for the state of Tennessee.
For the entire country.
Yes, and her amusement park is overpriced. But
But her music soothes us all.
I wouldn't go that far. But I will give her credit for donating the $1,000 a month to the families. I mean, that's pretty impressive, especially Tennessee standards. That's like, Beverly Hillbillies there. So congratulations on that.
Well, we lost a Tennessee listener.
I really do love Tennessee.
Yeah.
But yes.
You visit it every year.
I do.
but-
I do love Tennessee. But no, good for her. I will say that is a nice job.
Now, when she matches Trevor Bauer's donation theories.
69, 420.
I think Trevor Bauer has quite a ways to go to catch Dolly Parton donations.
Yes, but he at least,
least
has his with $69 increments.
$420.69.
I got a party cruise. I'm Gronk. Gronk party cruise. Come on, I'm a national treasure. 69.
Hey, he gave all those tramps a free cruise.
Yeah, and a stamp too.
And chlamydia.
You can't prove that. Throw me the ball, Tom. Throw me the ball. One more year.
Oh, great. We
know-
got a new impersonation.
You know, herpes is the gift that keeps on giving.
It does. It does. It's like Tom Brady's touchdown throws. They just keep coming. I'm Gronk.
I have no words.
Hey, Tom, how's Giselle?
I don't really like it that you talk to her like that. I can't even talk to her, like at all. I can't even talk to her. She won't talk to me. She just looks away, and she's like, "Excuse me, son, could you tell your dad to shut the fuck up? He's an asshole." And I'm like, "But Giselle, I'm over here. Shut up! You don't talk to me." Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Mr. Belichick.
I have no clue what's going on here anymore.
Hey, who wears slaves in this house? This is fucking ridiculous. And then I see my coach. He's doing Giselle because I can't say anything against him because he's the coach, and so he does it. And
Drink another protein shake, Tom.
Gronk, I said it wasn't funny. Stop picking on me.
I got a protein shake for Giselle.
It wasn't fair. I didn't know I had to catch the ball in the Super Bowl. Damn it. Why does everyone pick on me? I'm going back to Michigan. They love me there.
Okay, from Besotted Geek, Ray Riverdale talk. Can Andrew replace Jeff, Blake, and Jim permanently? No. Okay?
Hey, wait a minute. I don't think Besotted or understands the amount of work and effort I put into not showing up for an episode.
I'm blown away by your ability to not show up. Speaking of Besotted Geek, he's filling the small void that Nickel left behind. We have a new hockey reporter, and his Besotted Geek, his Canadian of the Year duties. And take it away, Besotted.
Hello, Hobie and Hobie listeners. It's your old pal, the Besotted Geek here for the Hobie Hockey Report. Fellow Canadian of the Year floppy winner Craig Nichols suffered a bizarre chainsaw sculpting accident up at the murder cabin. So I'm here to take his place, eh? Speedy recovery, Nickel. Breath of silence? Okay, on to the hockey, eh? I'm coming to you live from beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Penguins. The Pens made short work of the Philadelphia Flyers and faced the Washington Capitals in round 2, who took care of the Columbus Blue Jackets in round 1. For the life of me, I don't know how Columbus has a professional sports team, eh? But at least they're not Cincinnati or Cleveland. Led by Alex Ovechkin, a guy who fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. The Caps played dirty, and with the help of the Zebras, we are knotted at 1 going to Tuesday's night's Game 3. The Pens will handle these choke artists in a long series, is my prediction. Elsewhere in the East, the Lightning and Boston are tied 1-1. Shame about those Leafs, eh, Brigger? Out west, the Winnipeg Jets, Canada's darlings, are tied with the Nashville Predators 1-1, while future Hall of Famer Marc-Andre Fleury's Las Vegas Knights are up against the San Jose Sharks 2-1. Maybe it's the fake Canadian in me, but I'm taking the Jets in the upset over Nashville, and the Sharks to choke like they always do against Vegas. Well, that's all so far in this early 2018 playoff season. Bold prediction? Pens over Jets in 6 games for the three-peat. Until next time, this is the Besotted Geek saying, keep your stick on the ice and watch out for the 5-hole. And now back to the hosers of Hobie. Hashtag Riverdale.
Why, thank you, Stork. That was an excellent report, except for the jab at the Blue Jackets there. But
Or the Maple Leafs.
But if I knew you had that excellent fake Canadian accent going, I might have actually voted you for Canadian of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was well earned.
It earned. I am not disappointed with the win he got of the award.
He is not a hoser.
No, not at all.
You know, I think murder cabin is a proper adjective. Have you guys seen a recent picture of Craig with the killer Volkswagen mobile he bought?
Yeah, Nickel did. He bought the bus from Into the Wild, so that's a bad thing.
Only one person is known. Okay, 3 people have known to die in that thing.
They all deserved it. So we do appreciate it. Anything, Blake, you want Besotted Geek to do for his Canadian duties next week?
Oh, man. Can he come up with a golden toque?
There's your challenge. There you go.
I was going to have him give us a review of some Timmy Ho donuts.
Ooh.
That's it. We need like a list of the 5 best donuts you
Yeah.
can get at Tim Hortons.
Okay. Tim Hortons.
I can give you a number 5. Anything you can get at Dunkin'.
Hey.
I thought we were talking
Watch
about
out,
good donuts.
Watch out over there.
I thought we were talking about good donuts.
So don't talk about
right.
Krispy Kreme crap.
That's number 4.
We did get something on Twitter because we're at Bad Ideas Podcast. Also, the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. Please follow us. We got lots of pop culture and trailers on there. Number 1 fan Doug said, could you do top 5 worst ways to die next week? I think we did that, didn't we?
Or did we do best ways?
Well, best ways, yeah. He just sent something from the Orlando Sentinel. Construction worker dies after being run over by a paving machine. That could be pretty awful.
Yeah, that would be a bad way to die.
Well, those things come so fast, like you saw in
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, really.
Out of the way! I keep picturing Kevin Kline in Fish Called Wanda, and he's stuck in the cement.
tar, yeah,
Ken's coming to kill me.
Revenge!
Why did he name his daughter after a car? Porsche. Thoughts and prayers to the guy that was passed away in Orlando.
All those stories happened in Florida.
Yeah. What the Florida?
Kevin at Cincy Explorer. All right, gents. Here's a legit discussion. Greatest comic book movie villain of all time. Thanos. Joker, Heath Ledger. Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman. Killmonger, or someone else. Now, he didn't specify who plays. You could pick anybody, or any Thanos character.
Anybody who played Thanos in
Or any Killmonger character.
anybody who played Killmonger in the
But he did
movies.
only specify Heath Ledger's Joker and Hackman's Luthor.
Well, that's just so you don't get
Confused.
with what's his name?
Who is the best villain in comic book movies?
I have a couple. I looked up a few of them
Okay.
to put on there too on the others. Scarecrow, Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy's
And I like how they brought him
Scarecrow.
back, too.
Yeah. Liam Neeson and Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. Did I say that right?
Let's go. Ian McKellen's Magneto.
That is a good one.
Samuel L. Jackson is Mr. Glass.
I didn't even think of that one.
And then Eric Stamp's General Zod.
Kneel before Zod.
Michael Shannon did chew more scenery as Zod. That's why there was nothing left of Smallville after he got done, because he ate it all. So that's a good one. I like Mr. Glass. That's a good one. I appreciate that one.
Call me Mr. Glass.
Is Fassbender better than McKellen?
I think you can actually put them. Since they're both in the same
Yeah.
movies,
I
because
won't
of
say
time
he's
travel.
Yay, time travel. I won't say he's better. He's different for a different time period.
Okay. I did like how Fassbender, Magneto, you never know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Because he just flips.
He does.
Good guy, bad guy. Good guy.
The problem with
Good guy.
both of them is I think there's been too many movies with him in that they just, like you said, he just has to keep flipping back and forth. You know, Fassbender was great in First Class.
Yep.
But he wasn't even necessarily the villain then. But hell, by the time you got to, I already forgot the name of it.
Not Dark Phoenix. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse. It was just like, okay, I've had enough of this character flip-flopping back and forth.
How about Emma Frost in First Class?
Yes, yeah. Best comic book villain ever.
I'm going with off the wall here, Nightcrawler in X-Men 2. Because when he's in the White House, he's a bad guy. Not under his own doing. But that is one of my favorite scenes in comic book movies.
Great scene. Even though he's under mind control, he's not a villain in it.
I'm going with it.
Oh, Jeff's favorite villain of all time in a comic movie is Catwoman.
Oh, which one?
Come on,
Hillary Swank. Hillary Duff? Shit. How about Halle Berry?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Halle Berry.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer was a villain in the one she was in. Halle Berry was supposed to be the hero. Mm-hmm. And 2, I can't consider Halle Berry's movie a comic book movie because it has absolutely nothing to do with any comic book anywhere ever written.
But Benjamin Bratt's in it. Does that help?
No.
Okay, just checking.
But my answer to this is obviously Loki is still the best comic book villain they've had. And as I said, no one else, I think, could pull off calling Scarlett Johansson a quim on film and getting away with it.
I like Heath Ledger as Joker. Blake, what do we got from Pam Morris? That's a good question, though.
Yes, next.
Something about Roger Moore.
I was about to say, Roger Moore passed away.
Aww.
No, she actually said, well, thank you, Westworld. A floppy in the first episode of the season. Your thoughts? I think they've toned down the nudity real quick here.
We've had a lot of male nudity.
There's been a lot of floppies.
Mm-hmm.
Pam likes penis.
Yep. Who doesn't? Such a beautiful organ.
Circumcised, uncircumcised, who cares?
Oh, uncircumcised. Oh,
You're what?
it's like a prairie dog coming out of a hole. It's kind of scary.
I mean, not that I was paying attention to it.
You mean it's natural in the way it should be?
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
No. I remember cavemen were circumcising their babies with rocks. So I feel like it's natural.
Yeah, Jason was alive back then. He remembers
I'm
it.
not as old as Jeff. Come on now. What else we got?
That was when he was a flat earther, too.
Why
mean
isn't
when?
it Earth flat? It is flat. It's flat.
Did anyone see the cartoon where they had like all the planets sort of circles and except Earth was flat?
Yeah, I saw that.
A big square in the
meme.
middle. It made me chuckle. That's the only reason I bring that up.
If you are a flat earther, please let us know why. I'm serious. I want to know.
Yeah, but we are going to make fun of you if you do.
Yes, but you can make fun of us too for thinking Earth is round or knowing. But you can tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast.
Well, did you see that they also said gravity is a farce also?
Yes.
Yes, electromagnetism. You need to listen to or go to Fit Jackson. He's a
Flat Earther.
he's flat earther. He does a couple of videos. Go to Fit Jackson and see what he has to say.
Is this is he Jenny McCarthy a fan? Because she only has reputable people she's fans of.
No, he is a
And he's an anti-vaccinate.
I didn't say about vaccinations, but he does what's it called? The
Blogging.
fitness.
Okay. He's like a Billy Blanks.
Yes,
But less intelligent.
oh no, he's super intelligent.
Okay.
Just go look him up.
He does the what do you call that? There's crazy fitness fad that's going on.
90-second
CrossFit?
workout.
CrossFit.
90
It's
minute
CrossFit.
workout.
And sometimes he brings Chet Parkers in to help to talk.
8-second ads.
Anybody named Chet discredited right away.
What else we got?
Listener reviews?
We do. Infinity Pod. What that is we got a couple podcast buddies. We did some reviews. They did some reviews, non-spoilers of Avengers Infinity Wars, and we got a couple right now.
Hello, everyone. This is David Malofsky from A Place to Hang Your Cape, along with Scott James Meridew, the host of Podcapers, our official podcast.
Hello.
So today we're doing our mini review of Avengers Infinity War, which I really enjoyed. I particularly liked Thanos. I thought that he was just great as a villain. He really dominated the film. I thought that he had a really good arc as essentially the central character of the film, and that's the main thing that I really liked about it. I also thought that he looked very different from a lot of these sort of hulking, big gray kind of monster villains that we've seen in a lot of films lately, and that he had a lot more personality and a lot more of like a face that had expression and emotion. So I really liked that. I thought a lot of the film, I'm sure, is going to be talked about by a lot of people, and we will be talking about it in our full-length review. Isn't that right, Scott?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it a lot.
Scott, are you okay?
It was so good! Oh my god, it was so good! Get fuck out of here! Yes!
experiencing technical difficulties, we will be right back with you, and make sure you listen to our full review on this week's episode of Podcapers.
I can die happy now!
Hi, this is Mark from the Tangent Bound Podcast. As of lately, though, it's been more from the Tangent Bound Network. But hey, who's counting? Anyway, so Avengers: Infinity War. This is a spoiler-free review, but I am going to say that it had met expectations, but my movie-going experience was pretty disgusting because I sat next to a family that wouldn't shut up. But that's just me. Anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to tell you right now that it was a solid 9. It was a really great movie. Left me feeling empty, though, a little punch in the gut. But hey, that's what the part 2 is going to be all about next year. And with the post-credit scenes and the introduction of, well, you know who. Again, spoiler-free review, I should say. Anyway, I happen to grade my movies on a scale. There are 5 categories, and each category is worth 2 points each. So, here's why I gave it a 9. The first category is direction. Did the directors know what they were doing? Of course they did. So this was fantastic. Full 2 points right there. The next was story. Well, in this case, we already know what the Infinity War story was all about. So I would have to say, with this adaptation, it was pretty darn good. It was very believable. So 2 points there. CGI. With CGI, is it over CGI or is it not enough CGI? Could you tell it was CGI? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there were 2 points in the flick where it was overly abundantly clear that it was CGI, and that kind of detracted from me. That's where I subtracted a point. Everything else was cool, kosher, and copacetic. The music, soundtrack, is another category where I feel like the music is supposed to drive a certain emotion, and if it does that, and it does that job well, then you're going to be feeling what the characters feel. You're going to be feeling what the director really wants you to feel. So with the score and everything, that was 2 points right there, and that was spot on, absolutely spot on. It really it evoked the perfect response from me, and I really dug it. Last and finally, cast and crew. Did they have good chemistry on set? Could you tell that it was forced or anything like that? And quite frankly, everybody did their job very well, and I thought it was played out exceedingly well. So 2 points there. So with everything there, that is 9 points. So the CGI was the one spot that really got to me. There were, like I said, there were 2 spots in the movie that really kind of stood out for me, where it was like, and kind of killed my suspension of disbelief for a minute. But again, that was only 1 point, so a full 9 out of 10, and that is my review of Avengers: Infinity War. Now, as I always tell everybody, don't take my word for it. Go see it for yourself. Form your own opinion. Don't listen to critics. Go out there, see the movie for yourself, and enjoy it, or don't enjoy it. That's up to you. So just take the time to go see it. Don't have any preconceptions about it. Just go and experience it for yourself. Maybe come up with your own scale. Anyway, this has been Mark from the Tangent Bound Podcast. Enjoy my Infinity Wars spoiler-free review.
It's time for another episode of News of the Geek.
Well, this is the Avengers Infinity War that is a little bit spoiler, but not the movie. They have sex toys, Jeff. Infinity War sex toys.
I know. I forwarded the article to you.
Why were you looking for Avengers Infinity War sex toys?
I wasn't. It just flashed across Facebook for me.
Or Braziers or whatever it's called. Brazzers.
What?
Brazzers, the porn site. It's okay, Jeff.
That was Facebook. Well, Facebook knows I've been looking for sex toys, apparently,
so
because they target you with
Actually,
your
it showed up in
ads,
his Amazon. People who bought this also searched for...
He's really looking for that Black Widow fleshlight.
Well, instead...
She is a quim.
Avengers Infinity War was released. There's a lot of tie-in merchandise. However, fans probably didn't expect to see a line of Avengers Infinity War sex toys. Geeky Sex Toys, the same Australian sex toy maker who produced the hilarious Star Wars-themed sex toys last year, are back to assemble the Avengers Infinity War sex toys. They include a Black Widow-inspired fleshlight. I thought you were kidding. No. I didn't see all the things. Captain America and Iron Man themed butt plugs. I don't know how.
I just laugh every time we just hear the word butt plugs.
Is it like a shield in your butt?
Probably. Maybe the shield is what keeps it from going all the way in.
No, they were just themed. They're colored.
A Hawkeye arrow-shaped dildo. Does it have feathers on the end, like quills?
Why would they have a Hawkeye dildo in Infinity War?
He's not in it. He's going to
don't spoil it.
Sorry, he's going to be the hero of the next one. And an Incredible Hulk dildo.
That's green
and large.
Aw, is it just a fist? Oh no, that's later. And a dildo model.
It's got a purple cock ring at the base.
Just a little.
It'll look like just little shorts.
A dildo modeled after Thor's hammer, Mohijiba. And
Mjolnir.
You mean Mjolnir?
And this is my favorite one. A fist-shaped Thanos dildo. It's a fisting toy.
It's the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, the Infinity Gauntlet has a fist.
Who wouldn't want that?
If it's a fist, does it still count as a dildo?
No, it's a fist.
It's a fist.
No, but it says dildo shaped like a fist.
Well, it's a fist.
Well, that's what
Fish-shaped dildo.
That's what the news says.
I don't know. What's the definition of dildo? Is it like any toy you shove up your ass?
I thought it had to be like phallic shaped or something. I don't know. I mean, these are technical questions we need to get to the root of, people.
We're not naming the episode. What's the definition of a dildo? I don't know. Somebody Google that because I'm not putting it on my phone.
No.
Okay.
Well, let's see if we get listener feedback on that. If you're listening, go ahead.
The article goes on to say...
Well, I'm not done here.
Are they going to have a crossover with
Go
Mr.
ahead
Fister
and
Mr. Fisto?
Get in contact on Twitter to @BadIdeasPodcast.
Nope. HobiePod.
Let @BadIdeasPodcast know all about what makes a dildo a dildo.
Is a fist a dildo? Yes or no?
Nobody knows how geeky sex toys can get away with these things, but they said it could be considered parody, quotations.
Yeah.
But how the article goes on to say, who wouldn't want to feel the intensity of a fist-shaped dildo modeled after Thanos' meaty hand? There you go.
It's the Infinity Gauntlet, not Thanos' hand. God,
well, his hand's in it.
Well, yeah.
The people with geeky sex toys, I don't think watched the movie.
I don't think they did.
Could be your hand in it, apparently.
This is the worst. This is the worst form of false advertising since the Never-Ending Story.
Or Naked Lunch.
I can think of two things wrong with that title.
Anyways, moving on.
Naked Lunch. Oh my God, that's going to be great. Naked.
It's good to have Blake back. Welcome back, Blake. See, is that fun?
Right.
Anyways, moving on. Stars, some cancellations here. Canceled Ash vs. Evil Dead. Blake, are you up to date on this one?
No, but I remember talking about by the end of season 1, the novelty had worn off.
Well, they've done 3 seasons already.
Yeah, the whole Ash, shtick fighting the Evil Dead makes good for an hour and 30 minutes, not 7 1-hour episodes.
He said, Bruce Campbell did say that he's officially retiring him after 39 years.
He's retiring from him. He didn't say the character wouldn't continue on.
Correct.
Yeah, if it were a one season, one and done, I think it would have been pretty cool.
They did 3 seasons.
But at the end of season 1, I was no longer interested because it was the same shtick over and over again.
Do you really want to see anybody else play Ash?
I think you get that Egg Tin kid that's doing Han Solo. You just put him into Bruce Campbell because that kid looks like he can act.
Didn't somebody else do Ash in the remake of The Evil Dead?
I'll just put Ty Sheridan in there.
That'll work.
Or Woody Harrelson.
Isn't Ty Sheridan the guy from the HGTV shows?
No. Oh, you're thinking of what's his name? The carpenter from Ty
Pennington.
Ty Pennington, yeah. Yeah, no, that's not Ty Sheridan.
Okay, good. Moving on, Westworld just got renewed for season 3, breaking tonight. And Legion just got expanded to 11 episodes this season.
Yay!
Is that one more than they were expecting?
Yes. We haven't talked a lot of Legion yet.
Yeah, it's because we haven't seen a lot of Legion yet.
I've seen a lot of Legion.
I will be caught up next week.
Oh my gosh. Promise.
That's your homework. If
Well,
you're
I've
not,
got-
it'll be
That would be my
it'll be a
homework.
spoiler-filled episode.
That's fine.
I've still got 4 episodes I haven't had a chance to watch yet.
There's
so
only
it-
been 4 episodes.
Yes, but there will be a 5th one by next week.
Okay.
So I got 5 episodes there and 3 episodes of Westworld I have
Yes.
to catch up on. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll have enough time.
I'll be honest, you don't do much.
I
So
don't,
think-
but that's still a lot to catch up on.
Quit taking naps.
That ain't stopping.
Electronic Arts, EA, is at work on a new open-world Star Wars game. If a newly discovered job opening is any indication. The publisher has shared little information about what to expect from the rebooted version of Visceral's game, following the studio's closure 2 years ago. But they now have a clue as to what form it may take. The job listing, discovered by GameSpot, was recently published on EA's job site. It's for the position of lead online engineer in Burnaby at EA's Vancouver studio, and makes no attempt to hide what applicants will be working on. The opening sentence of the job description says, lead a team to deliver online features for a Star Wars open world project. The rest of the listing does not share much else. Blake, are you excited about Star Wars online game?
Only if I can play Princess Mary Poppins Leia.
Okay, she does fly in space. I would like to see this happen just because I would like to see a Red Dead Redemption in Star Wars. I'm fine with that. You could just travel anywhere, be a bounty hunter. I'd be okay with that. Speaking of Red Dead Redemption, Jeff, new trailer comes out tomorrow for the new one.
All right, is the game pushed back another year?
No, it's coming out in September or October. It's officially on
Oh,
target.
I thought they already
They
knocked
pushed
it back to
3
19.
times, but they said it's pretty much set. You know what? I'm fine with pushing it back as long as it's good.
Guaranteed to be a hit if they keep pushing it back.
Yes, that's right. Some quickies.
So has anybody played Gods of War? Or
No,
God
the
of
new
War?
one.
I haven't played the new one. I played the previous ones.
Oh yeah, okay. I meant the new one. It
No.
looks pretty impressive.
Did you play the other ones?
I played the first one.
Did you like it a lot?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Because you're into that, the mythology of that stuff.
yeah.
Okay. Was it more accurate than the Hercules movie?
Anything was more accurate than the Hercules movie.
Okay.
You know, when they do Greek mythology, they actually use the Greek names.
Hercules.
Yeah, Heracles,
Let's see here.
Herculoids?
Herculoids?
Hercule Poirot.
The Herculoids.
I liked the Herculoids; they were cool.
Was that Greek mythology?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yes, definitely. With that rhino that shoots tennis balls?
Those are rocks. I think kidney stones, maybe.
Following up from last week, some quickies here. News item from 2 weeks ago of the revival of television shows. Jim's favorite show, Mad About You, is getting a reboot.
Yes, I am so excited about this.
Not a reboot. They're actually bringing back Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt.
And they better bring Hank Azaria back, too.
And they just made deals with Sony Pictures to reprise their roles, and co-creator Danny Jacobson is on board. If you don't get Danny Jacobson, Jim, back me up. The whole show's down. You got to bring Danny Jacobson back. Oh my God, I can't wait. Mad About You 2.0 still doesn't have a network, but given the spectacular ratings of Roseanne and the solid performance of Will and Grace, according to Entertainment Weekly, there are likely to be multiple potential suitors. Do not bring back Janine Garofalo as the daughter, though. That would be bad.
Bleh.
She was the daughter in the last episode.
Janine Garofalo?
Yes.
Bleh.
Whose daughter?
Helen Hunt and Risers.
Isn't she too old to be their daughter?
Not back then. Back in the beginning, she was a 20-something-year-old making a documentary film.
Bleh.
Oh, did they jump to the future?
Oh yeah, they jumped.
Oh, I'm like, she's too old to be. They had a baby. She wasn't old. Okay.
Yes, they just put her face on a baby body. Janine Garofalo's.
Yeah, yeah.
The CGI was awesome.
Men suck. Moving on.
Well, to her benefit, they do.
Yeah, we kind of do. I will say that. So there's your news of the week. And now it's time for the Wedding Hangover podcast promo.
Hey, I'm Dustin.
And I'm Steve.
And we host the Wedding Photo Hangover podcast, a lighthearted look at the vast world of wedding photography.
That's what we're doing? I thought we were making a podcast about drinking beers, flying drones.
Did you even take yours out of the box?
Coping with your post-wedding hangovers, social media etiquette, and wearing moon shoes.
They're not moon shoes, Steve. They're
But
just...
seriously, check us out if you want to have a laugh and learn a thing or two about shooting weddings and running a wedding photography business.
You can find the Wedding Photo Hangover podcast on iTunes iTunes or wherever you get podcasts.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, we are now doing the box office news. We really don't have much bombs to cover since, well, there was the biggest opening ever in the box office happened this past weekend.
What came out?
That was Avengers: Infinity War.
It's going to be a bust.
Doug sent us in a little
Thanks, Doug.
little information here. After 3 days, first opening weekend, Infinity War has passed Justice League in its total domestic box office. Infinity War has done over $250 million. Justice League did $229 million in its entire run.
It's going to be a bust.
Do you think it will make $30 million in the next week?
I think it will.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Because $30 million gives it its money back.
Yes, it would break even.
Yes.
Thank God.
And then again, that was just domestic. So worldwide, it did
$640 million.
Okay. Yeah, and unfortunately, though, those people in other countries liked Justice League a little better because Infinity War didn't pass the total worldwide gross.
It will next week.
Oh, it probably has since Monday, but
Yes.
I'm talking about since Sunday. It probably did on Monday's count, But anyway, Avengers: Infinity War, number one at the box office, made $250 million in its opening weekend on a $280 million budget.
Okay.
Number two, A Quiet Place, made $11 million, a total of $148 million on a budget of $17 million.
I think that one might be okay. They might make some money.
I think it might get its money back.
Yeah.
The marketing was $280 million, though. So it was a tough one for Quiet Place.
I Feel Pretty made
I Feel Pretty.
$8 million, a total of $30 million on a budget of $32 million.
That's the Amy Schumer one.
Yes. Ugh.
It looks so bad, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Rampage made $7 million, a total of $78 million on a $120 million budget.
They figured out that lawsuit with the Uwe Boll yet?
I think they just laughed it off.
Okay.
They actually own IndieWire now.
He sued them, and he lost, and he had to give them IndieWire.
Uwe Boll, you lost your lawsuit. What do you have of value? Nothing. You get IndieWire. I don't want IndieWire.
And is this a return to the top five?
What's that?
Is this a return to the top five?
This is a big one. Go ahead and talk about this.
Black Panther made another $4.5 million, total of $688 million on a budget of $200 million. So Avengers is opening, and people are still going to Black Panther.
Black Panther was at like 10 or 11, and this week bumped all the way back up to 5th because of Avengers. So well done, Black Panther. Did you like Black Panther so far above Avengers Infinity War?
Right now, I have it ranked ahead of Avengers Infinity War.
Okay. My oldest wants to go see Avengers Infinity War. My wife is still on the fence, like, do you think it's age appropriate?
No.
You're not helping.
What's
It's not like she's listening to this.
That's true.
Infinity War is rated PG-13?
Yeah.
And he's 8?
Yeah, he's watched Rogue One. He watched, what's the other one?
Showgirls. He loves the pool scene.
Unfortunately, the good news is the AMC version, so it's just a black bar across them, so it's fine.
I honestly
What
don't
game-
think there's
I think-
anything, but then again, I don't know your son as well as you
But
do.
he watches all the Star Wars, all the superhero movies. I feel like if there's no blood really and no real darkness like horror movies and that. So I'm on the fence about it. I think there's a couple scenes I'm a little worried about, but I don't think it's that bad.
Cover his eyes when those scenes come up.
Yeah, but I feel like he saw Han Solo die. He saw Rogue One, which was a lot more dark. So I felt like, he could probably see it pretty well. So, Jim, you're the moral compass of the show. What do you think?
I might wait.
Okay.
Oh, if it was me, I don't even care about ratings. I think whoever wants to watch whatever movie whenever they want should be able to watch
I
it.
was hesitant on it.
Except for a Serbian film.
He didn't. He didn't see Black Panther. But I thought that was actually okay, but it was a little bit more serious, so I didn't know. I mean, I think you would like it, but I was holding off on Black Panther. Avengers, like I said, there was one little moment that I kept thinking, I don't know.
Wait, he didn't see Black Panther?
No, I didn't. I didn't take him because it was.
Well, then you can't see.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, not for what's good or bad, age appropriate or whatnot. It's for, you have to follow these movies.
He did see Punisher Warzone, so that was good.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, nobody should see that. Why is Jigsaw? Never mind. Okay, so what else we got?
Upcoming, opening on May 4th. Ooh, that's Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
How are they not opening Solo on May 4th?
Because they know it's still going to suck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You get the extra boost for that. But anyway, Overboard, apparently they're re-releasing the Adam Sandler movie.
No, not quite.
Oh, okay.
They're redoing the Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell movie.
Oh, that's right. But they're doing a role reversal.
Role reversal with
the man
the
is
ex Mr. Chris Pratt. Mr.
Awesome.
Chris Pratt.
The man is the one who goes overboard in
Yes.
this one, not the woman. Yeah. Bad Samaritan is coming out this week.
What is that, Jim?
A Bad Samaritan is a young valet breaks into a man's home and discovers a terrified woman who's chained and gagged. After notifying the police, he soon becomes a target of the psychopath's wrath as he tries to rescue the victim that he left behind.
They made a documentary of Scab Jeff.
And it stars David Tennant.
Oh.
Ooh, the Purple Man himself.
I do like David Tennant. He was awesome in Broadchurch. What else we got?
We have Tully.
Oh.
Apparently they're doing the Muppet
spinoff?
No, it's not the Muppet. Tully is the third movie of Diablo Cody at Juno. And
young adult.
Yeah, one's young adult, one's it's kind of age thing, and this is like she's a parent, like just having her own
having her own kid for herself instead of for someone else.
Her and her husband, they have a kid. She's having difficulty, so they hire a night nanny. To take care of the night, which I didn't even know was a thing.
A night nanny.
To take care of their feedings at night. I'm like, interesting.
Well,
You got so much money to spend.
I guess.
If you win an Oscar, you can afford a night nanny.
I guess so. Or just take care of my own kids.
Moving on. How about a floppy? If you want a floppy, can you afford a night nanny?
Yes.
No, I want a floppy, and I can't afford a night nanny.
Besotted Geek, do you have a night nanny?
I've been trying to hire a night nanny all this time, but no one will work for what what I can afford.
They don't take IOUs?
They won't. Night nannies don't take IOUs, and they're just as good as money.
Or fudge rounds. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't give up fudge rounds.
No, God, no.
Fudge round just as good as cash.
This episode sponsored by Fudge Round.
All right, buy sell this week. We're going big time here. Robert Downey Jr.
Buy.
According to the Hollywood Stock Exchange, $199.93. Compare that to Chris Pratt at $192.43. Robert Downey Jr. is about the highest I've ever seen on this.
Yes.
So high.
We're selling.
Sell.
I'm buying because I saw Infinity War. I'm buying.
I'm going under the assumption that they don't.
That's all I'm saying.
God damn it.
They don't really go up to over 200 on the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
I guess not. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone over
I'm
200.
thinking he's got about 7 cents more he can get. So I'll sell that for now.
He's still going to make money.
I'm going to sell.
I'll go one more movie for him.
Now, one more movie, like the next movie he has coming out, or the next Avenger movie?
Probably the next Avenger movie.
Okay. Sell after the next Avenger.
Moving on. No spoilers.
I don't think that spoiled anything.
Go ahead.
Chris Evans.
Yummy.
He's at 143.57. Comparing that to Don Cheadle at 157.08.
How is Don Cheadle above Chris Evans?
I don't know how War Machine is above Captain America.
He's an Academy Award winner for Best Actor.
So what? So is Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Supporting actor.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, way to go.
I would buy Chris Evans just to lather him in butter.
You don't actually get Chris Evans.
Oh, no, I'm
getting
getting Chris
stock.
Evans.
I'm selling that also.
He's done sex scenes with Kristen Bell.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah.
Oh, is that how he's above it? Okay, that's a good one.
No, he's been in a lot of movies, and he
but he was in Crash. Ugh.
I like Crash.
I like Crash, and he was good in Crash.
Oh God, Crash.
You liked it when it came out.
Sometimes
you
we just crash into each other
I
and
enjoyed
feel
him in
what we're doing.
I enjoyed him in the Ocean's movies. Hotel.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Hotel Rwanda was an incredible film.
That was a good
I'm
movie.
about to say his accent in the
not-
ocean movies was terrible.
I'm
It
not-
was funny.
I'm not mocking him. I'm just saying I'll take Chris Evans and butter any day.
But that's probably the $14 you have to spend in butter.
Make sure it's the Texas Roadhouse and butter.
That's
though.
the difference is the butter. Since you have to supply your own butter.
I'll buy Texas Roadhouse butter by the gallon.
You're going to buy Big Butter Jesus?
Oh, yeah. Come here, Chris.
Sweet cream cheese.
Anyways, moving on. So there is your box office news. Jeff, what are you doing September 14th through 16th?
I'm going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Book Expo.
Hobie has a booth. Yes, we do. September 14th through the 16th. Duke Energy Convention Center, Cincinnati, Ohio. Kobe Smulders is going to be there. She's going from How I Met Your Mother, Avengers, Marvel movies. We're also going to have Agent Coulson's going to be there. And from Sports Night fame, Quo Vadis. Anyways, and also Billy Zabka.
Billy Zabka?
Yeah, the Karate
William,
Kid.
I think officially it's William.
I am going to bring the Slammin' Salmon for Colby Smulders to sign, and I'm going to bring How I Met Your Mother the last season for Billy Zabka to sign.
Was he in the last season?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
I didn't watch last season.
He was a groomsman in Barney's wedding.
Oh, okay.
He was in like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So get your tickets, CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Lots of great comic book artists and writers are going to be there. We'll talk about them next week. But yes, so go get... And Carl Urban's going to be there,
Carl
too.
Urban's going to be there.
Forgot about him?
Not Keith Urban.
Not Keith Urban. No. Carl Urban.
The good Urban.
Yes.
And Summer Glau is going to be there.
Yeah,
we
Firefly.
Not forget to mention that.
So go to CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Follow us on History of Bad Ideas on Facebook, because we also tweet out and post who's going to be there, also on Bad Ideas. But go to CincinnatiComicExpo.com to get your tickets, September 14th through the 16th. Jeff, what does that music stand for?
It stands for Heno hasn't finished our new top 5 song yet.
He's a cheeky monkey. Top 5 this week is something Blake did 2 weeks ago. Way to be, Blake. Top 5 actors or actresses you would recast in TV shows. So if they were rebooting TV shows, you could put them in it, or if you could just put them in a regular show.
I'm time traveling and removing people from
and putting them in it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a fun category this week. It's kind of left up to interpretation. I'm going to go first this week. My number 5 this week, the whole cast of MASH, but with the cast of House in it. I want to see them in the Korean War. So there you go.
But it might actually be lupus if it's in the Korean War.
Is it lupus?
It's never lupus.
It might be lupus.
But I would love to see Dr. House in that environment. Nothing? No? Nobody likes that one?
No, I think it's
That's fine.
good on, yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
You do very well. Thank you. Blake, you got anything? What did you do?
I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I didn't do top 5.
Really?
No.
So what'd you do?
Because I was waiting for you to post it online. Hey, this is our top 5 tonight, and then I was going to steal a listener's top 5 and pass it off as my own. But you did not do that today, Jason.
I didn't do that today.
But then, if I were smart, I would have gone back and done my original top 5 again tonight.
You could have time traveled.
I could have.
But you didn't.
Hobie doesn't time travel.
No, but we don't do time travel. That's right.
We don't jump the shark like
I
that.
mean, we do multiple timelines.
Yeah,
so we don't time
that.
travel.
Yeah.
Listeners have to piece together our podcast to figure out.
That's what it was. 2 weeks ago, Blake was in this week while we were still in a different.
And if I was even smart, I would have came up with my top 5 and reversed it from last week. Something different.
But you didn't. You're no Bernard.
No, I'm no Arnold.
Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is I go to That 70s Show, and I take out Topher Grace.
Really?
Yes, and I'd replace him with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh. What would happen with the one episode that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in? Would he play both roles, or would
Topher Grace would play him. Okay. The gay kid.
Yes.
Would it be better if Topher Grace played Venom in the 70s show?
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
Just Tom Hardy.
Just Tom Hardy.
While you're out replacing people from that 70s show, so am I.
Oh, what's your number 5, Jeff?
I am removing Danny Masterson from that 70s show.
Because of, I don't know, criminal intent?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
And, he doesn't need to be famous anymore, so let's go back and stop him from being famous. So I'm putting in Johnny Galecki in that
I thought you were going to say
spot.
Chris Masterson.
No, Chris Masterson was good on, what do you call it?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle, so I don't need to take him away. I'll take Johnny Galecki during his time between Roseanne and Big Bang Theory. He could be on that 70s show.
Jim, I thought you were going to say Chris Masters, the wrestler.
The Master Lock.
Master Lock!
Great. I drafted him in our wrestling league.
Fancy wrestler. Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'm going to Entourage.
Okay.
Kill
them all.
I'm taking Ari Gold,
Okay.
replacing him with Mark Ruffalo.
Why?
Because I think Mark Ruffalo could play the role pretty well. And
Instead of Jeremy Piven?
And you don't have to have Jeremy Piven in your show.
Okay.
Are you removing everybody who's
been accused of sexual?
You think I got a theme going here?
Nope.
okay.
Hollywood has been replaced. Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood has been replaced with Iowa. The state of Iowa.
Entire state of Iowa.
Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'm going to the new girl. I'm going to take Damon Wayans Jr. and replace him with Lamorne Morris.
Then that's.
Wait, they did that.
Yeah, I was going to say they did that.
Oops.
Well, he was a different character.
We need a funny black guy. Let's just. Okay, you're doing another show? Let's get this guy in here. Okay, good.
The thing is, Lamorne Morris is better.
Exactly.
So it worked out for New Girl.
The Bish?
Blake, what's your number 4? Good one. Okay, my number 4. I replaced Archie Bunker. The character is still there, but Ed O'Neill plays him.
You're getting rid of Carol O'Connor?
Yeah, I'm putting Ed O'Neill in that role. I feel like you could do that. I feel like you could pull it off.
I
don't like Archie Bunker.
I don't think you can make that show today.
Well, no.
You're not supposed to like Archie Bunker. That was the point of the show.
Here's an old one that rebooted, and this is not with Ed O'Neill or Ethan Embry. Dragnet, okay, with Sergeant Joe Friday, played by Nathan Fillion. I feel like he could pull it off. I was thinking about that. Like, I was trying to think of different shows.
I mean, better than Dan Aykroyd?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely better than Dan Aykroyd. Is he deadpan enough for that?
I think he could do it. He could have enough sense of humor to it, but I get Joe Friday's like the serious straight man, but I feel like Fillion could do it.
Possibly.
Better than Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry. Blake, good job on number 3. Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is on the Curse of Oak Island. I'd take Rick and Marty Lagina, and I'd replace them with Nicolas Cage and Justin Bartha.
They actually find things.
They found the Constitution.
They actually find things. That's right.
I would do it just so Blake has to watch it.
Oh, I'm watching.
They found Nicolas Cage's bankruptcy notes.
Nothing against Rick and Marty Lagina, but Nicolas Cage and Justin Bartha found things.
For being treasure hunters, they're horrible. Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is I'm replacing Frank Underwood in House of Cards, and I'm letting Hugh Jackman play him.
No reason, just because he's awesome?
Because he's awesome, and you need somebody with gravitas to play that role.
I was going to put Steve Buscemi in that role.
I'm still going Hugh Jackman.
Because I thought about that one.
I mean, I'm looking for somebody, you're getting somebody who, can, do his own movie, was looking to get into television. Hugh Jackman did Viva Laughlin.
Yeah.
So it's like he was looking for television. Let's give him a good television role.
Well, I got to put that clip on our Facebook page. I'm still standing.
So I'm giving him a good television role.
Okay, that was your number 2, you said?
That was my number 3.
Oh, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is I'm taking Ben Vereen and putting him in I Spy.
For Bill Cosby.
Instead of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby never gets a start in I Spy.
I would have put him in Ghost Rider.
I'm going back to the beginning.
Okay.
I mean, other than That's his first TV show.
I feel like you're being mean to Bill Cosby. He's never been convicted. Oh
no, he's the one that's actually been convicted.
But the handcuffs don't fit me. Help me.
You know, the whole Bill Cosby thing is a very sad affair on, everything. But there is one good side, and it's not Jason's impressions. It's all the funny memes that came out the past week about Bill Cosby.
I got the Jello pudding pops.
You gotta put the Rohypnol.
You have the Rohypnol in the Jello pudding pops.
Have you seen my sweaters?
And then you make sure you drink a Coca-Cola Classic.
Has anyone seen Leonard Six?
No.
Okay, moving on. Jim, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is in 2.5 Men. I'm going to replace Charlie Sheen and John Cryer.
Okay.
With Jason Momoa and Taylor Kish.
That would be interesting. I might watch that show.
Exactly.
There can be nothing worse than what they already have.
It can't get any worse.
You put a pile of shit out there and it still would have been.
Oh, I'm going to change my number 1. I'm replacing Charlie Sheen with a pile of shit.
Well, now I got another one. Hold on.
I did that. It was Ashton Kutcher.
Okay, my number 2 here. Sam Malone in Cheers. And I was trying to think of somebody. I was actually being serious on this one. Like, trying to figure out who could be suave enough to do it. Chris Pratt could be Sam Malone. I feel like he could pull that off.
Don't see it at all.
Really?
That's the problem with a lot of the shows I was looking at. I'm like, I don't want to I didn't want to change somebody like
the ones that you like.
Yeah. I think Ted Danson did a great job in that role.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying.
Okay, just put him in Becker instead.
Okay, he's Becker as the blind guy. My number 1 here, I have a tie because I just thought of one. Perfect Strangers with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Which one's the one from the
Doesn't
other
matter.
or the Odd Couple.
We could do the Odd Couple too. I like Perfect Strangers though.
Odd Couple makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect Strangers are related.
Oh, well, who knows?
And one's from another country, and they can't both be running for president.
Okay, Ted Cruz and Hillary Clinton.
Okay. Ted Cruz and Barack Obama.
There you go.
But the person born
Is this the plot of Billy with Billy Connolly? Obama is now in L.A. Anyways, and finally, I tied that with Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump's personal friend, as the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt. I feel like she has a lot of good stories, and she kind of looks like it.
Didn't she already do
Did you say
that?
actor, not actresses?
Well, she is a good actress.
No, you said actors.
That's the general broad term for all.
I stayed away from females.
Oh, you could have done.
Well, that's not like your social life, so it's okay.
No, they stay away from me.
Blake, great number 1.
Thank you.
Jim, what's your number 1?
I kind of hobied number 1.
Oh, of course you did.
I'm going to take every single father figure or coach type character and replace them. That includes like Mike Seaver, Cliff Huxtable, everybody, and replace them with Kyle Chandler.
You do love Kyle Chandler.
Oh, yes.
Coach Taylor.
Coach Eric Taylor is the best character on television ever. And he could take over. He could beat Cliff Huxtable.
Well, that's not, unless he gets passed out because of a drug.
Would he have to do it in blackface?
Oh, yes.
Could Kyle Chandler, if he was in Family
pull it off.
in Family Ties, could he get the shakes out of Michael J. Fox? Is he that good?
He didn't have them back then.
Well, now. In the Michael J. Fox show, could he get that? Jim,
in the show Coach, he would replace...
Dauber.
No.
Coach?
He would replace Coach. He'd be Coach.
He'd replace Mr. Incredible?
Yes.
What?
Jeff, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is I've got Nick Offerman taking over Louis C.K.'s role in Louis.
That's a good call.
And call it Nick.
No, I'll still call it Louis.
Okay.
Call it Louis. I had an honorable mention. I had Sliders, the TV show, with James and Dave Franco.
Oh, get rid of the Romaine brothers?
Yeah, Romaine. Jerry and
O'Connell. Yeah.
Is that what they were called, Romaine?
No, Jerry O'Connell's married to Rebecca Romaine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's now Mr. Rebecca Romaine.
My bad.
Or you could put the Franco brothers in Supernatural.
Oh, I like that. And then they can meet Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So there you go. Blake, good honorable mentions. Anyone else good? Okay.
Good.
No, I didn't have any honorable mentions. I got to 5 POSs enough. I didn't need to find more.
Bad idea of the week, number 1222. Making fun of Dolly Parton. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
What asshole does that?
How many times have you broken that rule, Jay?
A lot. So don't make fun of Dolly Parton. Thanks for listening. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Title for the show. I have a couple. I have It Was Opposite Day. I have Pickle on My Head.
Yeah, pickle.
And our IOU Daddy. I like the IOU Daddy.
Just Andy, not Andrew.
I have If It Wasn't for the Meth. I have What the Florida.
Do you like What the Florida?
I have Naked Lunch. And She Is a Quim.
I have They Took Out the Sperm. But
that was off air.
And Any Toy Shoved Up Your Ass. And Schematics for a Blakebot.
Well, I guess we're doing Blakebot.
Well, we're going with one of Jim's.
And so the only one that iTunes will let us.
Schematics for a Blakebot. Wow.
Here's a better question. Is Blakebot Blakebot or is there a space? I think there's a space. Is it just one word?
Is it one word or is there a hyphen?
I'm just doing one word.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're doing one word then.
I don't know. How is it spelled by our
one
listener?
word.
Yeah.
One word, okay. Blake, how do you spell it?
One word.
Okay, good. There is your addendum. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Hobie.